There has been a silver lining to my my dark cloud, my iCloud, with all my internet, being involved in that, like, that imbroglio of sex in adult sites. Recently, my one of my oldest friends, Tanya Mays Reeves, she reached out to me. We go way back. We used to play softball together. When I came back from my little mini Lent this time, no, I can't concentrate with those dogs barking. Hush! So when I came back, after being hit by the negative, I was hit by the positive. And one of my oldest friends, Tanya Mays Reeves, sorry, she has started up a singles, online singles club, or, it's a Facebook singles club. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not in the market for dating, okay? I at one point in my life, like during the 80s, I did sign up for Datamate back during the Love Connection era, but I've never.
Oh, Bullfoot, Jamie.
And Toot, don't pan over to her. Sorry, but I've never been one to really date a lot. That's just never been one of my things to have. To go out on dates with girls and things like that. I just never have been really interested in any of that. So, I just can't do this. Lola Shenandoah is out of her mind. Just out of her mind. I think it's the UPS man. It's the UPS truck, Aunt Toot. It's the UPS truck. Just go get her. Go get her. It's the UPS truck. Sorry. Anyway, I have never been one. I have never been one to just date regular. I have never been one to regularly go out on dates and I've just never been really that much into the whole, dating scene.
Even when he was a little old boy, I always had gaggy little old girls running around with him. We used to call him Little Peter and Donner.
Hey, Toot! Just don't. Cut that. Cut and paste. And Toot, hush. Anyway, so, I don't really know what to do in this. I'm not really looking for a mate or a datamate or anything like that. But here are my specs. It's what they say. That's kind of a term, like when people say, "Hey, what?"
I'm sorry.
So here are my specs. Okay. Are you ready? All right. My name's Jamie Harper-Carroll. I'm 45 years old. I don't smoke or drink or use profanity, and I am, I love the Lord, but I'm not a fanatic. I'm not like so crazy like that poor old holy roller that's been put in jail for those, for the not giving out the gay marriage license. I feel bad for her. I know she's got other issues other than going to jail. She probably has a bobby pin problem. That was ugly. I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I do love the Lord. I do go to church. I try to make it every Sunday and Wednesday, but sometimes I just don't feel like it on Wednesdays. I work at the Chris Store thrift store. It's a Christian-based thrift store. We're called the Chris Store. It's kind of a play on words, Christ store, Chris Store. Chris Store thrift store, and I've been working there for about 3 or 4 years, and I really love it because I feel like it's a mission work. I do some volunteer work at the Cradle to the Grave daycare center, It's a daycare center for youngsters and also for elderly people who can't be left alone. That's why they call it Cradle to the Grave. And I'm interested in starting up my own music ministry because I am the grandson of Seth Carroll. I hope you know who that is. If you don't, look him up. He was the Rotisserie preacher, and he was my grandfather, although my grandmother actually disowned him. That's why I took on the Carroll name, Jamie Harper-Carroll. But he was a prophet. Well, that's kind of a stretch. I think he was a prophet. Other people argue, but I think that he was definitely a minister of hope and love through his music and through his ministry. And I'm hopeful that I will eventually become a missionary of music. I have applied for the missionary program at my church, but I'm not exactly sure what missionary position I will be getting as an internship. But I'm hoping that I will find a missionary position that I could get into at my church that's based with music and it's music based. I play as often as I can. I play a little bit of guitar. I've learned some chords, and I play a little bit of guitar for Cradle to the Grave residents or clients, I guess you could call them. And I do often play sometimes at the Christopher store. They don't always like it, but sometimes I bring my guitar up there and I play. But anyway, like I said, I'm not really interested in like some sort of companionship or anything. I do like instant messaging. That's something that I like to do. It seems to be a clean way of communicating. I like to, I do some emailing occasionally, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a digital relationship with people. So if you're interested in like maybe just a digital relationship for a while till we get to know each other, and then maybe we could go and do some, just go maybe have some coffee or something. I love coffee, but I usually make it at home. I like International House coffee. I like also like Alabama football, Roll Tide. I'm excited about that. I don't have cable, so I have to find a place to watch it. But usually, that maybe, I think that usually the youth group at my church usually has a little tailgating party that they do, and I usually go to that. But anyway, I am Jamie Harper-Carroll, the grandson of the Rotisserie preacher, and I'm excited about getting to know you.